Once upon a time, in the magical realm of Asgard, the mighty Thor would often raise his powerful hammer Mjolnir high above his head and slam it down on his enemies with a mighty thundering blow. And when he did, the skies would rumble and flash as if the gods themselves were fighting in the heavens. For Thor's hammer could summon storms from across the skies, bringing forth thunderous booms and dazzling displays of lightning. But what if someone tried to steal the storms themselves? You wouldn't believe what happened next. Now, Thor was known for his bravery, strength, and, well, his awesome hammer. So when the skies over Asgard suddenly turned dark and quiet, it was immediately cause for concern. Thor, god of thunder, flew up to investigate. As he soared through the air, he couldn't believe his ears. The thunder no longer answered his call. The lightning that once danced at his command was missing. In its place was an unnatural silence, a stillness in the air that sent shivers down his spine. Then he saw it, something hovering in the distance, like a giant metallic beehive, sucking the life out of the very sky. Thor quickly realized that someone or something had stolen the lightning. Determined to get to the bottom of this electrical emergency, Thor began searching the 9 realms for answers. His first clue led him to the realm of humans, where he learned of a powerful villain named Tempest, who had built a giant machine called the Storm Stealer, which could drain the skies of their thunder and lightning. If Tempest succeeded, not only would Asgard lose its power, but the entire Earth would be left defenseless against the forces of evil. Thor knew he had to act fast. With Mjolnir held high, he charged towards the source of the dark clouds. Along his path, he encountered Tempest's robotic storm guardians, each more formidable than the last. First, there were hurricanes trapped in bottles, then tornadoes turned into living monsters, and finally, clouds that rained fire instead of water. But Thor was not one to back down from a fight. He smashed through Tempest's defenses, his hammer glowing with divine power. Each blow shook the very foundations of the mountain, sending rocks tumbling down its slopes. Finally, he reached the top, where a swirling vortex of dark clouds concealed Tempest and his machine. Lightning was chained inside the Storm Stealer, screaming to be free. With a flick of his wrist, Tempest unleashed a massive artificial storm, hoping to overpower Thor. But the god of thunder stood firm, his eyes blazing with determination. As the artificial storm raged around him, Thor raised his hammer high above his head and brought it down with all his might. For Asgard, he roared. The hammer glowed brightly, and with a deafening crack, it shattered the Storm Stealer, freeing the lightning. In an instant, the skies over Asgard rumbled back to life. The lightning danced joyfully once more, and the people cheered as the thunderous applause of the gods echoed through the land. Once again, balance had returned to the skies. And so, young warriors, remember, true power does not lie in stealing the wonders of nature, but in protecting them. The end. If you liked this story about Thor, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and leave us a comment below telling us which Thor adventure you want us to create next. Will it be the tale of Thor and the Midgard serpent, or the legend of Thor and the evil fire giant?